Today, it's another pretty squally day, but perhaps not quite. Reports of even trees down across southern parts of the UK and even chimney pots. And this is the weather front which brought that nasty weather. It moved very swiftly across the country. Now we've seen some sunshine developing, but other clusters of squally rain have been racing across northern parts of the country. So the wind, a big feature of the weather, especially across Scotland today. Inland gales and even in exposed places where we have bridges, for example, with some speed restrictions there, with gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour. So lots of showers to come for the rest of the afternoon across Scotland. The Met Office warns here quite a lot of rain through the afternoon. The further south you go, the lighter the winds are, less strong, shall we say, because it is still quite a blowy day, but not as blowy as it was yesterday, and some showers flirting around. But it does look as though a lot of us will actually predominantly have the dry rather than the showery weather today. As far as southwestern England's concerned, very blowy on the coast here. Still some big waves out there, showers affecting the towns and cities here. I think the further west you are today, that's where you're most likely to catch the showers. So inland areas predominantly dry, as I say, at least across the southern half of the UK. For Northern Ireland, the showers skirting the north coast here, and that's how it's really going to remain through the evening hours. No real change tonight. That breeze continues to blow out of the Atlantic Ocean, bringing those squally conditions to some of the coasts here. The further east you are in inland areas, this is where we'll have the wind slightly lighter tonight, quieter, 6 degrees or so, so a little bit cooler than it was last night, but by no means is it going to be a freezing night. In fact, cold weather is on the way in the next few days. Of course, I'll show you that in just a second. But for tomorrow, the winds will be down just a notch or two. I think you'll notice that. And the further east you are, the better the weather will be. But really, for the west of the country, it's business as usual. So the wind and the showers keep piling in. Notice that the temperatures are down to around about 8 degrees or so across northern parts of the country. And that process continues into Friday. In fact, what we're going to see is quite a noticeable change in the weather. Now, in the last few weeks or so, we've had a lot of mild air coming in from the south. That was the reason for all that heavy rain. Mild air holds a lot of moisture. Now we're going to see drier but cooler conditions spilling in from the north, something back to the seasonal norm. So take a look at the temperatures. This is just an example of some towns and cities across the northern half of the UK. By Sunday, in Manchester, for example, around 6 Celsius. In Aberdeen, only 5 degrees. But as I say, it will be a little bit dry. So a chill is on the way, but not freezing cold.